Welcome to Eat Clean for New You Nation. Welcome back, subscribers. And if you're new to Eat Clean for New You, my name is Patricia, and I just want to welcome you here. Today, what we're going to talk about is, you might wonder, what is eating clean? So I'm going to share with you what eating clean means, and I'm also going to give you 5 quick ways that you can go ahead and start doing this today. Because hey, I'd want to know, how do I get started, right? That's why we're here. So first of all, let me tell you what eating clean is. Eating clean is eating food in its most natural state. So that means like from the ground. So it's going to include fruits and vegetables and whole grains and nuts and seeds. It's eating food in its most natural state without it being processed or without having any additives added. So I'm not eating any packaged foods, but I'm eating food that came in its natural state. You know, if I put it in one way, I could say that if a food has a mother, for example, if it's grown, then you'll eat that. But if it doesn't, then you don't want to eat it. If I put my fruit or vegetables in the refrigerator, they will eventually, they die very quickly. But if you put products that are unnatural, that are in our pantry, like cereals and crackers, they don't even have an end to their shelf life. They will never go away. But you want to eat foods that are clean, that are minimally processed, and they're basically one ingredient most of the time. A sweet potato is just that. It's a sweet potato. A cucumber is a cucumber. A nut is just a nut. Eggs, that's one ingredient. It's just an egg. Fruits, they just go by fruit. So the easiest way to determine if you're eating clean is if it's something that basically just has one ingredient. Now, sometimes you can find things like, I found this Ezekiel bread because I know a lot of people like to eat bread, and I found this. You'll find this in the freezer section of the grocery store. And this is Ezekiel bread, but what it is, it doesn't have any flour. It is completely sprouted, and it is made up of all natural products, different types of sprouted grains. So eating clean is eating foods that are minimally processed with nothing artificial, and just eating food the way God created. Now, along with eating clean, you can season your food. So I often like to use a lot of onions, I like to use a lot of garlic and a lot of ginger to bring flavor, and then I'll use some spices like this. But I try to use minimal salt, and I try not to use sugar. I try to use sugar in its natural state. If you go back and look at my first video, you'll see where I talked about date paste that I use as a natural sweetener, because a date is just that. It's the one ingredient, it's a date. But you can also use honey, which comes from bees, and you can also use maple syrup as a sweetener because it comes from a tree. You can use natural oils. I like to use grapeseed oil because it has a high melt point, so it can sustain high temperatures. I also like to use olive oil, sometimes coconut oil. And again, you can have lots of grains. So we talked on another video, you can go back on my channel and see, we talked about the steel cut oats. This is what they look like in their natural state. There's all kind of lentils, there's barley, there's quinoa, there's lots of different types of beans. These are garbanzo beans. What I love about eating clean is there's so many things that you can explore until the possibilities are just completely endless. But there are 4 things that I want to share about eating clean. The main way that you can remember this is you want to eliminate all the crap out of your diet. Crap, C-R-A-P. The C stands for corn syrup. So if you look on the back of a lot of like processed cereal boxes, you'll see corn syrup as a primary ingredient. On the back of jelly and just a bunch of condiments, you'll see corn syrup. You want to eliminate products, remember, that have a lot of sugar. So corn syrup you want to get rid of. Also, you don't want to eat a lot of refined, the letter R. C is corn syrup, R is refined. Refined foods will be like your white breads, your white pastas, your white rice. You want to eat more enriched foods like your brown rice and your barley and your steel cut oats and your quinoa and lentils and things like that. So you want to get rid of corn syrup, you want to get rid of the refined, you want to get rid of artificial. Again, you want to be eating real whole foods because that's what's going to add quality and nutrition to your body, and that's what's going to keep you healthy. And finally, you want to get rid of anything that is processed, because processed means that the food is unnatural. So that is the gist of what eating clean is eating food as close to its natural state as possible for the most benefit for your body. Now, do I eat clean 100% of the time? No, nobody eats clean 100% of the time. I use what is called an 80-20 rule. So 80% of the time I will eat clean, and then 20% of the time I might cheat and splurge. But then I get right back on track, because remember, this is not a diet. This is a lifestyle. And so if you want to maintain something over time, you want it to be something that is doable, that you can practice. And finally, I want to share with you 5 ways that you can incorporate clean eating into your lifestyle today. One way you can do that is you can add more vegetables to your plate. So when you're eating, you can replace, even like if you're having a pasta, you can fill that plate with more veggies. Like you can put more broccoli on your plate. You can add some cauliflower, some carrots. There's so much more that you can add to your plate. You can take a cereal. Like I take my oatmeal in the morning, and I might add strawberries and blueberries or raspberries. I might add that to my cereal. Another way, if you like, some people just have an affinity where they just don't care if I don't like green vegetables. Well, guess what? I'm going to be doing a YouTube later on showing you how you can get your veggies in by making smoothies. You can take and make smoothies by you can put spinach and kale and ginger and all kinds of things in a blender, and you can be getting lots of wonderful nutrients very quickly. And it can be very satisfying, and all of this can also contribute to healthiness and also weight loss. Another thing that you can do today is you can increase your water. Start drinking more water. Water will keep you full, it'll keep you satisfied, and it is just very good for you. You want to limit alcohol consumption. I know that one, right? I know you're saying, well, alcohol is just grapes and it's just natural. But you know, a little bit of red wine occasionally is okay, but you want to limit how much alcohol you have because of the fat content. Another thing that you want to do is make sure that you're reading those labels. Start reading labels today, because you can see, you'd be surprised at what's in some of the things that you're eating. And again, we want to limit what we're eating to approximately 4 ingredients. And finally, what you want to do is keep lots of fruits and veggies cut up. You can take them and put them in a container in the refrigerator in a little bit of water. Cut up some celery, cut up some broccoli, cut up some cauliflower. And if you have vegetables always on hand, it's quicker to grab that as a quick snack instead of reaching for that Snickers, right? Yeah. And I think that is 4 or 5. And one more tip, I'll throw in another tip. You can really get full on these beans, grains, and lentils. If you incorporate the grains and lentils, you'll find that they're more filling even than when you eat the white rice. When I eat white rice, it doesn't even really fill me up. But I find that when I have barley, in fact, today I had barley. I had barley with spinach and lentils for breakfast, and I was completely full. Thanks for watching. Be sure to hit that like button and please subscribe. And if you could please leave comments in the bottom if there's some content that you would like to see us cover, so that we would love to bring that information to you. Also, if you want more information on eating clean, please go to our website, which is in the link below, www.eatcleanforanewyou.com. Thank you.